Welcome to page 7 of our Carta Bella Country Kitchen recipe mini album tutorial. So we are almost there. We have just 2 more pages left, and then the inside covers. And depending on how much paper I have left, we'll see if those get, if I decide to have any designs for those. But so this is what we've got so far. So this was our last page. This was page 6. All I did was glue on some seam binding ribbon from Tamara's store, and I thought that kind of looked super cute. And then I have not finished papering inside of here because I'm actually just going to use recipe cards. So I just need to run to the store and grab some. I've just been procrastinating. Anyway, so now we'll move on to page 7. Oh, and I want to show you something real quick. So the reason why I'm choosing this style of page again, we're going to do one, I'm low on paper, but two, I always feel like pocket pages are extremely necessary when it comes to making mini albums. But I want to make sure that when you do your pocket page that you have it on the left hand side if your tags are going in this direction, because what will happen is when you're opening and closing it, if I had it this way, for instance, they would get stuck in here, okay? And you don't want that to happen because then your stuff will rip. So you want to make sure that you have your pocket going in the same direction as your side tags or anything else that might be standing out and creeping out of the in its way. Excuse me. I'm not getting any sense today. Anyway, so this is basically very similar to our other pocket page. I just changed it up just a tad. So this one, you're going to need a strip of cardstock at 4.5 inches by 10 inches. You're going to score on the 10-inch side at 1/2 inch and 9.5. Turn your paper counterclockwise 1 time, and then again you're going to score at 1/2 inch. For your pattern paper, I wanted to split mine up. So for the right side of my pocket, or underneath it, shall I say, my cardstock is 6 inches by 8 3/4. And then for my pocket, on top of that, that is going to be 3 7/8 inches by 8 3/4. Okay. Actually, we just trim a tad bit more off. Looks like I didn't do it exactly. There we go. Okay, at 8 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just glue this on here. And I thought since I haven't used the recipe pattern page, I'm going to do that. Okay, and then I'm just going to line it up, and I'm going to give about a 1/8 inch area from here to the edge of the paper. Pulling it down just a bit, and then I'm going to wipe off any excess glue, and then I'm going to burnish it in. And I wanted to mention, I have noticed some mini albums out there on different group pages that they are either not applying enough tape or enough adhesive, and so you see these bubbles coming up, and you really don't want that to happen because eventually it's going to not last, and you want these to last a lifetime, especially with the amount of hours that you put into making these. So just make sure you use plenty of adhesive, whatever you're going to use, to make sure that paper is down. Just going to trim up my little corner here. Okay. And I'm going to glue this down as well. I always want to make sure I have plenty of glue because I don't want my pocket to lift. Okay. And I'm just going to apply it directly on there. And I'm just butting it up to the end. And then I'm going to burnish that in really well. Okay, I'm going to push this inside to make sure that there's no lifting and I don't feel any. So just keep on burnishing that in. Make sure that you didn't get any extra glue out over here. Okay. Then I'm going to add my glue onto my last piece of pattern paper here. And then center it. Okay. And burnish it in. And that is it for this page. Again, I'm just going to have this as a, a pocket to hold recipes in here. And then we're going to be on our final page, and I'll be right back. Hello, welcome to our final tutorial. This is going to be for page 8, and I decided that for the inside covers of the album, I was going to leave them blank. I was just going to put, well, not blank, I was going to just put pattern paper and then make a spot for photos. Anyway, so here is our last one over there, page 7. So first of all, you're going to need a piece of pattern cardstock, and I'm sorry, I've already glued mine on here. I thought it was videoing and it didn't. So you're going to need your pattern cardstock at 8 1/4 by 8 3/4. Okay. And then you're going to use 6 of these. I have 2, 4, 5, yep, 6 at 4 1/2 by 4 1/2 by 6. Well, that doesn't seem right. Hold on. I'm sorry, 4 3/8 by, should be 6 1/8. Okay. And then you're going to score it on one of the sides at a 1/2 inch. Okay. And then all I did was, this is 3/8 inches from the top, but you could go down a little bit further. And then I basically just line them up and glue them down with my art glitter glue. So I will go ahead and do that really quick with this one. So what I like to do first is see if it lines up. Whoops, my hand slipped. Yep, that looks pretty good. You go ahead and glue this down. Ugh. And what I like to do is before I really push it down, I like to line it up first. Make sure that it's in line. Need to move it over just a little smidge. Let's see if that's right. And now I can go ahead and burnish it in. Wipe off any excess glue that's coming out. And then what I'll do is, since this is a 1/2 inch, I'm going to use a 3/8 inch strip. You may need to take a little bit more off, but a 3/8 inch strip by 6 inches. I'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. Now, for my belt, instead of putting magnets, I feel like a little glue stuck there. Instead of putting magnets on every single page, I decided to do a belt buckle, okay? And this one's not going to have a sliding mechanism on this one, but for one of them, it's going to be 8¼ inches. And then on the 8¼ inch side, you're going to score it at 1 inch. That will fold over. And then for this is going to be 2 inches, okay? The second one is going to be 8 inches, score it at 1 inch, and again, same with 2 inches, okay? Then we're going to come over here, and let me see which one I need to make longer. I just added my, oops, this goes this way, that's how I know. Okay, I put the magnets, 2 small magnets, one here and one here. And then what I did was I did my same little trick that I always do with the glue so that I can see where I need to put my magnets on this side. Okay. And then all you have to do is add your paper to this. I want to go ahead and paper mine before I actually glue it down. But once I do that, I'm going to glue it to the back here once I have it all straight and lined up. And then I'll officially glue it on this side. And again, just make sure that your page is upside up, okay? I meant this one. Otherwise, you'll have one page upside down. Okay, so thank you so much for watching my tutorial. I'll be back with a finished product.